Hello, thank you for joining us on ERi-TV. This is English News Broadcast live from the headquarters in Asmara at 10:30 p.m. First, the top stories. President Isaias Afwerki visited Patriot Park in Moscow. Ministry of Agriculture produces animal vaccines. UAE withdraws from US-led maritime coalition. Canada's Nova Scotia appeals for help amid unprecedented fires. President Isaias Afwerki and his delegation visited in the afternoon hours of today the Patriot Park and Army Expo that are located 51 kilometers in the environs of Moscow. The Patriot Park is in the commemoration of the sacrifice and martyrdom that the Soviet Army paid during the 1,418 days war against the Nazi during the Second World War. The Army Expo also displays the historical evolution of the Russian Army since the Soviet era to the modern-day Russian Federation. The Ministry of Agriculture announced that it has produced 2 internationally certified animal disease vaccines through the National Animal and Plant Health Laboratory based in Villaggio, Asmara. According to Mr. Efrem Gebrameskel, director of the National Laboratory, the 2 vaccines produced are PPR against small ruminant disease and Newcastle, an important poultry disease. Mr. Efrem further explained that the 2 vaccines were selected for production because they can address 2 very important diseases which otherwise have been imported at much higher cost. Mr. Efrem outlined the importance of these 2 vaccines in terms of self-reliance, saving hard currency, shortening procurement process during outbreak of diseases, and also strengthening the country's production capacity with young experts taking center stage. Regarding the quality of the vaccines, Mr. Efrem indicated that standard quality control measures were conducted at national level through the National Animal and Plant Health Laboratory Quality Control and the Ministry's Regulatory Service, as well as internationally by the African Union Pan-African Veterinary Vaccine Centers, an international quality control institute delegated by the Food and Agricultural Organization and World Animal Health Organization. Mr. Efrem further noted that the National Animal and Plant Health Laboratory has planned to produce 2 more vaccines for infectious bronchitis and sheep and goat pox. Mr. Efrem also commended the all-round support the National Animal and Plant Health Laboratory provided by the relevant government institutions and partners. The National Animal and Plant Health Laboratory was established in 1903 and used to produce vaccines until 1972, and subsequently was ruined due to the Ethiopian colonialism and the war for independence. After independence, the government of Eritrea, in cooperation with partners, made concerted effort to renovate the laboratory, which has led to this success story. Vocational training has been organized to 555 youth in the subzones of Dubarua and Shamboko. In Dubarua subzone, 440 youth, including 186 females, were provided training ranging from 2 weeks to 2 months on solar system installation, electricity line installation, satellite dish installation, beauty salon, and first aid. At the conclusion event of the training program, On 30 May, Mr. Girmay Gabru, head of the National Union of Eritrean Youth and Students branch in the southern region, said that sustainable training programs are being organized to equip the youth with various skills and called on the trainees to apply the training they were provided in improving their livelihoods. Mr. Frowengel Taklahaimanot, administrator of the sub-zone, on his part commended the union branch for the effort to develop vocational capacity of the youth. Speaking at the occasion, Mr. Saleh Ahmeddin, chairperson of the National Union of Eritrean Youth and Students, called on the youth to take advantage of the opportunities being provided. In the same vein, 115 youth in Shambiko sub-zone, including 42 females, were provided vocational training. Mr. Hagos Kasete, head of the union branch in the sub-zone, called on the youth to take advantage of the training programs being organized and strengthen their organizational capacity and participation in the implementation of the programs of the union branch. We'll be back with international news after a short break. Stay tuned. The United Arab Emirates has withdrawn from a United States-led maritime coalition after an extensive evaluation of its security needs, its Ministry of Foreign Affairs says. As a result of our ongoing evaluation of effective security cooperation with all partners, 2 months ago, the UAE withdrew its participation in the combined maritime forces, the ministry said yesterday in a statement quoted by state news agency WAM. The UAE also said it was committed to dialogue and diplomatic engagement to advance regional security and stability, as well as ensuring navigation safety near its shores in accordance with international law. The decision marks a pivotal moment in the region's geopolitical landscape, altering the dynamics of international cooperation in maritime security. The 34-nation task force, headquartered at the U.S. Naval Base in Bahrain, was formed to counter terrorism and piracy in the Red Sea and Gulf areas. The region contains some of the world's most important shipping routes, and since 2019 there have been a series of attacks on vessels at times of tension between the US and Iran. The UAE, with its strategic position along vital maritime trades route, had been an active participant in the US-led coalition. Authorities in the eastern Canada province of Nova Scotia have appealed for outside help as the firefighters battle raging wildfire that have forced more than 16,000 people from their homes. Nova Scotia's Premier Tim Houston said yesterday that the government had received assistance from other provinces, including several water bombers, and had contacted officials in the northeastern United States to seek additional resource. Dozens of firefighters have been fighting to contain 2 large out-of-control blazes near the provincial capital of Halifax. 14 fires are burning across the province, causing hazy skies and anxiety among residents. We are in a crisis in the province, and we want and we need and we will take all the support we can get, Houston said during a news conference. Fire officials in the Nova Scotia, home to just more than 1 million people on Canada's Atlantic coast, had warned that gust winds and low humidity yesterday could fuel the Tatallon fire that continues to burn about 30 kilometers west of Halifax. The blaze has grown to about 837 hectares, authorities said in a statement, while 2 others in the Barrington Lake and Pubinkyo were also considered out of control. And now we have a quick review of the top stories. President Isaias Afwerki visited Patriot Park in Moscow. Ministry of Agriculture produces animal vaccines. UAE withdraws from US-led maritime coalition. Canada's Nova Scotia appeals for help amid unprecedented fires. It was Miss Salim Brhana with the news for tonight. Thank you for being with us. Have a good night.